What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new video. As promised, we're going to be doing this Redbubble video here today, just sharing a brand new store, relatively brand new. Remember, I start a new store every month of the year, so I'll be doing at least 10 stores this year. And each store we do 60 designs per day. I'll be showing what the store is. Everything that's important is going to be blurred out, but you could tell that this is 100% real. I'm going to go ahead and refresh and everything. And by the way, guys, I don't usually do this. I usually just don't show private stuff like this. I try to sometimes, but obviously it does take a lot of time to prepare for because I have to worry about where to blur certain things and not show certain things. But I figured I'd show this and share this because I did talk about this earlier today. So if you happen to see earlier today's video, I spoke specifically about how I created a store on March 1st, was creating designs at night, woke up to 2 different sales. Well, here's the video for that. So here we have 2 sales. I'm also going to talk about how I kind of got those sales and how you can get sales for yourself as well. And I'm going to be answering a question that I got in the YouTube comments. It's all going to tie together. So both of these sales are from last night. One came in on, when was it? I think like midnight, and then another one came at like 4 in the morning. So around there, I got the email for both of them. They're both, oddly enough, the same product. They're not the same design. So the margin, 21 cents here. I didn't go over the 20% margin for this. Like I say, if your designs are average, when I say average, I mean they're decent, they're not bad, and they're not like, crazy, amazing designs, then charge the average price, which is 20% margin. That's exactly what I did. It's nothing crazy, but it's 2 sales right away. And we have 119 designs up so far, 119. So I'll go to the store right now. Go ahead and click on it. And once again, everything that's on the store is blurred. So you could see here in the store, you could see 119 designs. It literally says it. Everything else, like I said, is blurred on the camera, just to prove that there is 119 designs. If you guys want to see my stats here in the dashboard, I have 1 follower. I have 54 favorites received in a matter of 2 days, and I received 2 products sold. So you can see here right there. Nothing crazy by any means. It's not something that's ridiculous, but this just goes to show what you can do when you do everything properly. So now let's kind of talk about how to actually get sales, and I'll just kind of share all that information. So first thing I want to say is, yes, I am lucky to get sales. When you only have 120 designs in a store, it's 2 days old, not even 2 days old. There's not a high chance you're going to get sales, right? But there is certain laws to this game, and part of the laws with Redbubble is that if you have a business where you're producing designs for what people are searching for, and you happen to stand out and people pay attention, you're going to get a sale. You're going to get 2 sales, you're going to get 10 sales, etc. And so just off of these designs alone, if I left the store at 119 designs, I would make consistent sales. Whether it be 1 a month, whether it be 2 a month, whether it be 10 a month, is irrelevant, but it would be consistent. Now, you guys know me. I don't do anything on a small level. I always try to find ways to advance, find ways to move forward, find ways to get better. And that's why the 60 designs comes into play, and why it's actually important, and why I say 60 designs per day, because you never know in the beginning what will actually make you money. Now, I've spoken about this before, but the more designs you create over time, the more you'll understand of what's going to sell, because it's almost like a validation process, right? As you're creating designs, you have thoughts in your head. Is this going to work? Is this not going to work? You have your predictions, your hypotheses, and then your hypotheses end up being validated, or they end up being essentially denied. But with certain ideas that I have in my head, like the second product, I didn't know that it was going to sell, and it sold. So that's like a new surprise to me. And so what I'll do today is I'm going to go into that product, research, and try to figure out everything that I did to try to get it to sale. I'll try to figure out, okay, what did the consumer search for? How did they find my product, etc. Because at the end of the day, it's my goal to always improve. And so now let's talk about how to actually get the sale. So, and this kind of ties into a question I got from somebody on YouTube. Somebody asked me, I have a problem where it's traffic is my problem, right? And he said traffic is my problem. I can't find ways to get traffic. Well, traffic ties into sales. And I've said this before, but just because you get a lot of traffic doesn't mean that you're going to get sales. Now, that's something I want to be clear on, because a lot of people think traffic is the be-all, end-all. It's not. It's about targeted traffic. So when I say targeted, some people think of marketing in terms of social media, and some people think off social media. I'll explain what I mean. If I create a picture of a dragon, let's say, and I tag it with the keyword goat, and I tag it with the keyword tiger, and let's say 1 million people find it a month, that design is going to get very, very low sales. It's highly unlikely that it will get any sales. Why? Because it has nothing to do with the traffic that's coming. People are not looking for that actual design. So what's one way that you can improve traffic? Well, you tag properly, right? And we've spoken about this in the tagging course, so I'll just head over there for a second. autopilotpassiveincome.com, Redbubble tag course. We've spoken about this in the tag course, so it's nothing new, right? And so that's one way to get traffic if you tag properly, right? What will happen is the more designs you create with the more proper tags that you've created, the amount of tags the amount of designs that actually rank on the Redbubble algorithm will increase. It will, that amount will increase. And that will all cumulatively add up to a certain amount of traffic. If you want more traffic, there's a simple solution. You can create more designs with more searchable tags where your design is actually being found and it's actually being clicked on, which comes into design quality. If your design quality is great, you're going to get impressions, but you're not going to get clicks. Clicks is a reference to how much, how good your design really is. And this is a good way to figure this out, is that not every single person who visits your product, aka traffic, is actually interested in buying, okay? Or not, and that's essentially not everybody who sees your design is interested. People who click might be interested, right? At least they have more potential interest or more buyer intent than just an impression. And that's why traffic does matter. Now, like I said, with traffic, there are a few ways to increase it. You can use social media for one, right? You can market on Pinterest, on Facebook, on Instagram, which we've made videos on all of these, right? In fact, for Instagram alone, we have over 300 videos on this YouTube channel for that. Redbubble I haven't talked about. Pinterest I haven't talked about yet. I've been working with Pinterest behind the scenes. I have not talked about it publicly because I don't want to yet. I've just been doing well with it on the side. Once I'm 100,000% confident in my ability, I'll go ahead and share it publicly, but we've been doing very, very well with Pinterest behind the scenes. In terms of Facebook, that's actually something I plan to explore in the future, and I actually plan to explore YouTube in the future as well. In fact, I actually have a business idea that I'll be sharing with you guys soon for YouTube, which is pretty interesting, and I'll share that in a different video, probably on the other channel, probably on the second channel. If you guys don't know what that is, it's called DIY Income Tutorials. The user profile is a picture of a unicorn. I'll just show you, I might as well just show you guys right now. Let's go to the YouTube and let's pull it up here. Let's pull it up, DIY Income Tutorials, okay? And this is the channel right here where I share just different money-making guides and things like that online. So if you're interested in that, check it out. I'll be sharing that information there. But anyways, back to traffic. So you have Pinterest, you have YouTube, you have whatever. You have all these different methods to gain traffic. That's one way, okay? The second way, which in my opinion is the better way if you're still beginner on Redbubble and you're not really sure what you're doing, it's important to understand master tags because tags are going to get you more traffic. Now, it's not going to create a huge difference if you go back into your old designs and re-tag them only if you have 20, 30, 40 designs. I mean, that's not going to make a difference. If you really, really, really want to have a surge in traffic, I'm talking about, 100 visitors a month to 10,000 visitors a month on your Redbubble store, that's going to take more designs. I always say this, but if you're not getting close to 1,000 visitors a day on your Redbubble store, a day, not a month, a day, really, how much money can you make at that point? Be realistic with yourself, because the conversion rate on average is anywhere from 1% to 5%. Most people have conversion rates of 1% or less. So you're looking at it could be 0.5%, it could be 0.9%. Well, what's 1% of 1,000? You're looking at 10 people. 10 people that could potentially, out of all the traffic, potentially buy. I mean, the numbers are low. That's why I say you want to get a sale a day, get as much traffic as you possibly can. You want more than one sale a day, get more traffic. Traffic does matter, but you have to figure out how you're getting your traffic. And if you're not getting enough traffic, that is a huge indication that either A, your designs are no good, with all due respect, or they're, unattractive, whatever, or they're just not tagged properly, right? And there's two meanings of that variation. When I say not tagged properly, you can add the wrong tags and be seen but never get sales. But you can add the right tag, or quote-unquote the right tags. It's not going to be the right tags, but when I say the right tags, I mean tags that pertain to your design that might not necessarily be right for you from a sales standpoint, but from a consumer standpoint might be, but it's not searched enough. Your design is not found enough, which creates issues, significant issues, because you're going to sit there, you're going to work yourself into the ground, you're going to create hundreds of designs, and you're not going to get any results out of it, right? You're going to be the guy who makes, $2 a year off of Redbubble, yet you have 800 designs. And once again, if you are in that position, then that either means that you're not tagging properly, which I highly recommend getting the tagging course, or your designs are, with all due respect, not attractive. And if you have a problem with designing, I have a course on that for Redbubble as well. It's called the POD Design Course. Once again, this is only if you're interested, and if you feel like you can improve yourself in those certain areas. I've shared this information here. Now, once again, in terms of the sales that I got, is this common? The answer is yes and no. So the thing that makes this store different, guys, that I'm doing here is I haven't started with the Instagram yet. I got busy. Things have gotten in the way. I haven't done it yet. But with the store, it's purely organic. Purely organic traffic in day 1 and day 2 that resulted to that sale. Would I want to have said, yeah, it's Instagram? Yes, I would love to say, yes, it's Instagram that got me the sales, but it's not, because I didn't do the Instagram yet. Now, in terms of Instagram, for those who don't know, I have made videos in the past about the Instagram, but the Instagram works I actually have a free course as well. Instagram, where is it here? Instagram plus Redbubble course. You guys can go ahead and check it out. It shows you how to set up the Instagram and what kind of providers there are for the Instagram growth, okay? What you want to do is you want to grow on Instagram. The only problem is how do you grow on Instagram? Like, what can you actually do? Well, there's a few ways to grow. The first way is you can pay for advertising, which, once again, I highly do not recommend. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I do not recommend you pay for Instagram ads just to grow, because literally you're wasting money. You're burning money, okay? But, you could do what you want. I'm not saying Instagram is a bad company. I'm not saying they're going to get you bad results, but I feel like you could just do more with that income. But to each their own. If you want to pay for ads, go ahead and do so. I'm not going to be the guy to hold you back, okay? That's the first method. The second method is completely free, meaning you take a post, you create a post, you add the hashtags, and you sit back and wait until it grows your account. Okay, that's the second method. The second method is good, but the only problem is that Instagram is not made for organic growth as much. Okay, there are certain tips, there are certain tactics, there are certain things that you could do, but it's not as growth friendly as it used to be. Like, for example, in 2014, if you posted the right images, you could get 1 million followers very, very quickly. In fact, I've had a fan account that had, and when I say fan account, is for a niche page or for a themed page, and I actually sold that account. It had 899,000 followers on it. It was a fitness page, okay, and those were one of the easiest ones to build back then. So, anyways, at that point in time, you can sell certain Instagram pages as as the bigger they get. The problem is that Instagram organic growth is not what it used to be, and it's never gonna come back to it. Why? Because Instagram is just like Facebook, is just like all these other platforms. The way they make their money is by charging for ads. So they are incentivized to limit your reach, limit your organic growth, so that they can charge you for ads once again. So that's something you want to be aware of, which is perfectly fine. Like I said, it's a business at the end of the day. Can you blame Instagram for it? Absolutely not. They're a company. But there's a third method, which is called Instagram automation, which I have spoken about before. I've made some videos about it before. I don't know if I'll make videos again, like I said, because I have spoken about so many times. But in this course, you will see exactly what it is, what I talk about, how to set it up, all that kind of stuff. So it's all in there. All right, so if you want to watch that, go ahead and watch that. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it, right? But it's on the website. You go to autopilotpassiveincome.com, you click on this button that says Other, and then you click on it. Here I have installation guides. If you don't want to sign up for the free course, you can just click play on these videos on how to set the tools up from bots and apps, which I'm not going to talk about that again, but I already discussed that. But you guys kind of get my point. So, with that being said, there's like I said, two ways to get the traffic. You're going to get it from outside of Redbubble, or you're going to get it from inside of Redbubble. Outside, you have social media, you have Google, which is once again why I talk about in the tagging course that there's two search engines that actually matter. Okay, you have the Redbubble search engine and you have the Google search engine. The Google search engine is going to get you organic traffic over time. That's not going to happen until you have two things. First, you're going to have to wait a few weeks to a few months to actually get some Google traffic. And that could take, like I said, it could take anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 weeks, right? Or with Google, what was I going to say? Okay. So with Google, excuse me, sorry guys, I just, blanked out there. With Google, for the organic traffic with Google, it could take, like I said, a few weeks to a few days, depends on how fast Google picks you up. And the second issue with that, or the second potential with that, is you have to have the actual right keywords that people are searching for. I see people all the time talk about, oh my God, I'm not indexed on Google. That's not the problem. That's the beginning of the issues. The second issue with Google is it's not about being indexed, it's about being seen, okay? What good is it if you're indexed but nobody's searching for the keyword that you're actually producing products for? What good is it? The answer is it's no good. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of money. Excuse me, not waste of money, it's a waste of effort and a waste of energy. For example, let's say on blogging, I write 10 blogs on a certain topic, but nobody's searching for those topics. Unless Google ranks me for adjacent keyword terms, I'm not going to get any search traffic, which unfortunately happens to majority of the people because they don't have an understanding of how the Google search algorithm works. Okay, so I cover that in the course. If you need help with that, if you need guidance on that, go ahead and sign up. If you want to know exactly what's in the course, I share it all here in the curriculum, like right in front of everybody. So it's not something that's, hidden or anything like that. It's all right here in front of you guys, okay? The curriculum is all there. If you want to sign up, the course is $39.99. I say this in every video, but I'll just say it again, all right? Now, the second way to get traffic, like I said, is in terms of outside, which is social media. We already covered that. But the second way to get traffic is from inside the Redbubble search algorithm. So what do I mean by inside the Redbubble search algorithm? Let's say you create designs for fairies and dragons, okay? Somebody searches fairies and dragons on Redbubble and finds your design. That's search algorithm traffic right there from Redbubble. So there's two different search algorithms. The Google, which is a search engine, which, by the way, it's not just Google. There's Bing, there's Yahoo, there's all these other ones. But the reality is the world probably uses Google. Not probably. The world uses Google the most. And those other ones are, they exist. But, I don't really know who's day-to-day using them. If you out here are using those other search engines, tell us in the comments why. I'm just curious. But, I'd be very interested to hear why. But anyways, so that's everything in terms of inside and outside the search algorithm. And that's how to increase your traffic. And I've said this before once again, but it's not just about increasing your traffic. Like, I can go to a robot and say, hey, I want traffic. And they could send a bunch of bots and fake signals to my page. It doesn't mean I'm going to make any money. So it's not just about traffic, but it's about targeted traffic. It's about traffic that actually cares about what you have to sell. Right? And that's how I got the sales at the end of the day. And no, 2 sales are not a big deal. They're not crazy. It's nothing anything, insane. But it just goes to show that, when you tag properly, what results you can get. There are many, many different times where people will say, hey, I got your course yesterday. I learned how to tag, and today I fixed something, and then the next day I got a sale. Like, I just get stories like that a lot. And if you look in the comments, you'll probably find people saying that. And there are people who also use our free videos as guides too. They don't even sign up for the courses, which is more than perfectly fine. The course is not for everybody. Some people like reading books. Some people like signing up to courses. Some people like, mentorship. Everybody has different ways of learning, right? And the courses are not for everybody. They're not designed for everybody. But at the end of the day, there's a certain way to get things done. You got to figure that out. Whether, like I said, whether you do it yourself and you spend the time and the months and the toil and the sweating to figure that out, or you sign up to something. Could be a course, could be an ebook, it could be a mentorship that somebody offers. I mean, I don't really know, but you can kind of set it up that way. But there's so many different ways to kind of become better at Redbubble. I would say if you're on a budget and you can't afford a course or anything like that, or a guide, or any of my products or anybody else's products, I would say just go out there and do it. Like, I always say this every single day, but 60 designs a day. Do it every day. The more you work on a certain platform and the more you stick to it completely with all your focus and all your might, you're going to get there. It's just going to take a longer period of time, right? It's not like you have somebody giving you the answers. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, we're all in different stages of life and we're all in different levels. And you got to just figure out what level you're on and where you want to start and where you want to end up. That's really it. So there's not really much I could say else in this video. This is exactly how I got the 2 sales. I got it through Redbubble organic search. I did not, get it through Google, obviously. None of my traffic comes from Google yet. It's only been the second day that my store actually existed. By the time you get indexed, picked up, and then ranked for certain keywords, that would be great, but it's not going to happen now. I did not use social media. I will be using it very, very soon, and I usually do set up social media early, but this is why, like I said, sometimes I have to do things in advance because I do get busy and the tasks do pile on. So it's just part of life, but it is what it is. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.